the Raiders have, in my estimation, a guy who's got a Hall of Fame credential at the head coaching spot. The Raiders have an all-world defensive end. And you're not going to tell Max Crosby you're done for the year, so why do you care, right? And say what you will about Geno Smith's ability to play football still, but he is a veteran who knows that this could be a last chance. He was the guy who basically said, everyone wrote me off, but I never wrote back, right? Well, people are beginning to write the same letter to him right now. And his ability to never write back is in question because they can't protect him. And the play calling last night was to come up with the chunk plays on play action. And for one drive, it looked to really work in that first quarter last night. They were cooking off of those play actions, but they couldn't put it in the end zone. And they were settling for field goals.
Tipped interception, kill the drive.
And then CeeDee Lamb finally caught a pass. Yeah. And then George Pickens caught more passes. And then Jake Ferguson got in on the act. Flournoy got in on the act, right? I mean, Williams was running it down their throat. And so the ability to keep up with the Cowboys, they just couldn't do it. And, Geno, to his credit, and this is why I think Pete keeps sticking with him rather than going to Pickett. And it's because this is his guy, and he takes the heat, and he does it like this.
Yeah, I mean, you can check into any play at any time, but would that be the right thing to do? Would you just go off script and just start calling your own plays? I don't think that's the right way to go about it. I think the right thing to do is to do what we practice and what we're coached to do. And like I said, the plays were there. I don't think there was any issue with the play calling. The plays were there. Guys were open. You guys watch the film. I know we got a lot of Monday morning quarterbacks who like to watch film and take screenshots and see where guys are open. So I'm sure you guys will see where the guys were open. For me, again, I just got to play better. And I keep saying this, man. If something don't look right out there, blame it on me, right? If it don't look right, blame it on me. That's all you can do. Blame it on me. If your kids mess up at school, blame it on me. Car break down going to work, blame it on me.
So Geno's sick of us blaming him for everything. I got it.
I know. And Pete, took the responsibility as well last night. Because, Chip Kelly's trending.
He should.
Chip Kelly's trending, and everyone's like, we're paying him millions of dollars. I think $1 million a year for the number of carries his running back got last night against a Cowboy defense that is supposed to not be able to stop the run. And even though that is Kenny Clark next to Quinnen Williams for the first time, they didn't even give it a test. They didn't even test it out. They didn't even take that out for a spin. They didn't take their Jason Stantz Ferrari out for a spin. This is what Pete had to say after.
Pete, you mentioned that the balance got out of whack there a little bit. It was 31 dropbacks in that first half, 3 runs. Is that, I can't imagine that that's something that you like to look at.
Yeah, it wasn't 31 dropbacks. It was a bunch of play action passes, and really, I really wanted to see us do that. There's only one person to look at, me, because I was influenced on the game plan. I don't really care about pleasing people with our run-pass mix. I'm trying to move the football, and we wanted to get the ball to Brock a bunch and see what he could do and our other guys, and that kind of worked out. But when you come back to it, we were supposed to be ahead with that approach, and then we're supposed to come back and run the football in the second half and later in the second quarter. But our inability to get in the zone and to stop them, it didn't work out that way. So I'm totally responsible for how that happened.
Nothing looks good right now. Certainly, again, when you draft a kid like Ashton Genty as high as they drafted him, and it's a Monday night football game, and it's week 12, and your season is circling the drain, and he's not doing anything. And then a rookie standing in front of his locker, what's he gonna? Is he gonna call out somebody like Pete Carroll who's done it, for decades while he was in diapers? You know what I mean? So hit it.
Nah, man. I don't call the plays. I mean, that's up to the guys upstairs. So I just take whatever I get.
Is it frustrating not getting the ball more?
Nah, I'm just get whatever I get, man. I can't control that.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to sit there and call into question his coaches as a rookie in the middle of the season. It's not working. It's not working right now. Nothing's working. And the problem is, Geno, is he the quarterback of the future? That's the tough thing, is when you have 2 wins entering Week 12 and your quarterback of the future is most likely not on the roster. And and it's laudatory that you've got a coach who's taken the credit because he's trying to protect the quarterback, who's taken the blame because he wants to protect the coach. That's all admirable. But when it comes down to it, what does Tom Brady think of it? Notice I didn't say the owner. I mean, let's be honest. What does Tom think of it?
He was there last night.
I know he was. I imagine I didn't watch the entire game frame by frame. I was flipping
he did
around.
not have a
There's
headset on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they show him? Was he visible?
Yeah, they showed him, but he was not. He's not.
Right. He
wasn't like before.
He didn't have the headset on, which caused alarms and bells to go off. Right. What does Tom think of it? Does Tom think that Pete's the voice in the room that needs to be in the room? Would Tom dare to one and done Pete Carroll? Or you got to let him put his historically winning culture change approach to work? Or does Pete just say, yeah, Chip, it's not working out here. We got to go do something else?
What if?
Yes.
Tom lets Pete go and brings in Bill.
I think that's crazy talk.
I would be stunned.
I think that's absolutely crazy talk.
I was trying to think of the most ridiculous thing I could come up with.
You just did.
And I was like, what if, though? That's it.
But Pete, he could have done that before.
Yeah, what's the difference between Pete and Bill at this point?
When Bill was already available? I honestly, listen, I'm biased. I don't think Pete's the issue, except the fact that they chose a quarterback who is not performing well, and part of that may be because they can't protect him. He's not protectable right now. And one way to protect the guys, run the kid. Run the kid. Run the kid,
yeah,
but the kid doesn't. The kid keeps getting hit as soon as he hits the line. When they do give it to him.
Yeah, the offensive line is pretty bad. They lost the starter last week. I was kind of thinking the reverse. Geno's been so bad they can't run the football.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing always cascades into another.
It's just kind of been a disaster. I mean, they're going to have a top 5 pick. They have to take a quarterback in the draft.
Do they?
You can't run it back with Geno. So
I'm not saying they don't
fix?
I'm not saying they do that.
They found a reclamation project.
Everybody seems to have one.
You go get Mac Jones, trade for Tua. Kyler Murray's going to be available.
I don't know. There's choices. It all comes down to
backups out there.
What does Tom Brady think?
Yeah.
Because if I am Mark Davis again, I'll take the haircut.
I want to see where
I'm asking him, why the hell wouldn't you ask him? Why wouldn't you turn? By the way, I saw the other day, because he called Bears and the Vikings, they had the 2-shot of him and Burkhardt on up, and it's still jarring to me, man. It says 7-time Super Bowl champ under his name.
I mean, it's
and
insane.
I'm like, that is stupid.
It really is.
And he's just standing there with a microphone, or just
hey, KB,
7-time Super Bowl champ. It's not a misprint. It's not like call the graphics department and say, hey, you made a mistake. It's just, I don't think I'll ever not get jarred by seeing that on a screen.
All-time passing leader.
So why wouldn't
wins,
you? That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'm sure that he has had the input. You heard the reports from the draft that he was kind of dictating a lot of it. So
this is his vision. Let's get Pete. Let's bring in Chip Kelly. Geno Smith is 100% when that move was made. I fully supported it because that was an upgrade over, the spinning wheels that they had at the position.
Right.
I think Antonio Pierce would have taken Geno in a heartbeat, don't you think? When he was the HC there. So these are the best laid plans in the same way of let's play action pass it, and then we'll get a lead, and then we'll jam Ashton Genty down their throats, and that's the way we're going to beat the Dallas Cowboys, except for the fact that the play action passes weren't resulting in touchdowns. They resulted in field goals until the Cowboys offense began to get its footing. I mean, Pete had to look across the way and say, is that CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens standing there for the first drive on a 3-and-out? Like, okay, let's play action them. Let's go down the field. Let's put some touchdowns on the board. Instead, they put on field goals. The Cowboys got done what they got done, and now it's time to run Ashton Genty? No. And then at the end of the day, you look down at the play sheet, and you see your quarterback who can't be protected with all those dropbacks and play actions, which is, an appropriate parsing. Like a dropback is like, let's just fade back. There's no other trickery to this play other than let's just fade back and be a sitting duck there. But you'd look down, and everybody looks foolish that Ashton Genty got 6 carries. That's it. So what does Tom think? We're going to find out because Mark Davis is going to ask him. That's an impressive tool in the arsenal.
Oh yeah, they can get it. I mean, his contract is structured as such where
Right.
it's only $18.5 million dead cap if they release him. He's doing $8 million roster bonus on the third day of the league year. So
the way Pete does his business is you got to hit the line, man. Just take a look when Marshawn was running all over everybody. He had Hutch up front there, man.
They had some key injuries.
With Holmgren. I mean, that's the way that it was working there. And then, Pete comes in, and it's time to run the ball with Marshawn too. And let's go.
Everything starts up front.
You know what I mean? Like for him too, you also have those, and that's why you don't trade Max Crosby. You get a bunch of guys who can rush the passer and start changing them in. You get big, tall, long guys in the back end to play defense, and you run the ball, and you can play action off of it like that. It's a winning formula where everybody on the roster can play and compete. But right now, they always compete. There's a bunch of young kids that I don't think they're trusting to play. He's just got to sell. I mean, if you hired him, you got to give him some time to let his mantra sink in.
His fingerprints on things.
Yeah. But the problem is there's some fans out there that are probably like, I don't care who's taking responsibility for this. Somebody's just got to take it because we just can't watch this sort of stuff. And I think for the Raiders, fortunately for them, it's their last nationally televised game where everybody in the whole country is just sitting there talking about it. They can hopefully retool in some anonymity in a way. Problem is for them, after Cleveland comes in, at the Chargers, home for Denver, at Philly, at Houston, there's a game that could be on NFL Network or nationally televised in Week 17, but I don't think Vegas hosting the Giants is going to be that. And they got Kansas City in Vegas the last weekend. So,
if you keep Pete and Chip,
I think they're gonna. I don't know about. I have no insight on that. What do I know?
Just saying, it's a fun Kyler Murray spot. Ooh, like that. That's Russell Wilson vibes.
Yep, I got it.
Yep.
Let Kyler cook.
Yeah, yep.
It's not bad. You run a little RPO with Chip. You run a little fun.
Which, by the way,
college
Pete,
offense.
I think Pete bristles at the let Russ cook thing, because who's the one who let him on the field in the kitchen to begin with? Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.